Just so you guys know, there's a brand new episode on my podcast, Let's Get Real, the podcast. It's for anyone. Don't forget to check it out. Available on all streaming platforms. New episodes every single Monday. And of course, my book, Mindfulness Through the Stars, is available in Target, Amazon, pretty much anywhere you can find books nationwide. Go check it out. It's a mindfulness guide to becoming a better you through your Zodiac sign. Lastly, if you've ever wanted guidance, clarity, or spiritual advice of any kind, Keen is the place for you. With access to thousands of trusted psychics, clairvoyants, tarot readers, and more, Keen is here to help. Use my link in the description to claim 10 minutes of talk time for only $1.99. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and I make astrology videos here on YouTube. So today's Drive With Me video, we have Sophia. She's a Taurus and she's been on my channel before in the past. We've known each other for a long time. Don't see each other often, but we've known each other for a minute and we are definitely friends. She answered the questions really well. The video was filmed on a different day than today. I just accidentally deleted the footage, so I didn't get a chance to use the clip that I filmed that day for the intro. So here I am with my messy car because I'm moving. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure to leave a comment, all of that stuff. We're gonna get right into it right after I share a word from our sponsor, Keen. I will be quick, I promise. I just have a quick thing that I want to share with you that I think you guys will love. So if you're not new to my channel, then you're probably familiar with Keen. Keen is a website and app that gives you access to thousands and thousands of different types of psychics, clairvoyants, tarot readers, astrologers, and so much more. If you're looking to get some guidance, clarity, or wisdom on your love life, your career, your future, anything of that sort, then Keen is the place for you. I love Keen because if I ever need some spiritual advice, then I can go on and find a trusted psychic that has all the answers for me. I definitely think it's something that you guys should try out. In fact, I actually have a discount for you guys. So if you use the link in my description, you're gonna get a 10-minute reading for only $1.99. Do you know how many answers you can get in 10 minutes? You can ask a lot of questions in 10 minutes, and for $2, that's a steal. Buy a cup of coffee, get some wisdom and clarity on your life. So if you guys are interested in checking out Keen, make sure to click the link in my description to claim the offer. And thank you to Keen for sponsoring this video. All right, back to the drive with me. Hi guys, so we have Sophia here. She's the Taurus today.
Hello.
I've had Sophia on my channel a couple times. What, like two or three times?
2 or 3 times, and start the thumbnail right here with my really short hair.
No, that's too much for me. This is Sophia, she's a Taurus. Want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
My name is Sophia. I'm a Taurus.
Oh, really?
I am.
Okay,
Believe
thanks.
it or not. I'm an assistant editor. I'm a roller skater.
Oh,
I'm a lover. Not a fighter. I'm a realist. I am angrier than I once was a few years ago. But I think that's just reality setting in. You know? Ashley and I met at our part-time job. Are we allowed to say the part-time job?
Yeah, Staples.
Staples.
She was 16 when I met her. I was like 19.
She was a little babe.
Yeah.
I'm 23.
I can just edit.
Yeah?
Yeah. You're a real one.
Now,
Thank you.
Sophia in the past wouldn't have said that.
You wouldn't have. One
That's
time
why-
this girl let me walk around with fucking food in my teeth, and she didn't say anything.
Where
and I
was
got to
that?
the car. I think Jack Astor's or something. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. She let me walk around with food in my teeth, and I was like, Sophia, like, how long has this been here? And she was like, I don't even remember what you said. If I watched this footage and I saw lipstick on my teeth and I saw you look at me,
because you would see my eyeliner.
I would see your eyes go down. I literally would have. Oh my god.
What are Tauruses best known for? And do I have to answer this?
You answer, and then I think I'll try answering it too.
Okay, well, if we're talking like Zodiac sign, I'm gonna have to go with being stubborn, obviously, and that they're hungry or something. I do eat a lot, but I wouldn't consider myself a hungry person. Does that make any sense?
You're not like a foodie.
I'm not a foodie, so I don't agree with that a lot.
Like, you used to have like crackers and grapes for lunch.
I did. I ate very poorly when I was younger. I still eat kind of weird. Like, if I don't have time to make food, I don't have time to make food. Gotta go for the snackies. So that's really just that's really all I can do. But yeah, I would say being stubborn, obviously. Ashley, would you say I'm stubborn?
Yes, absolutely.
I definitely am.
Absolutely, yeah. I think Taurus, I was gonna say the same thing. Taurus are known for being stubborn.
That's
Even
what
if they're
true.
not a stubborn person, like, people are still gonna view you as that just because you're a Taurus.
I agree. I agree. And honestly, like I've always tried to defend my stubbornness, obviously. I would say that I'm stubborn in the best ways possible.
Okay. I'm sure. We should probably ask your boyfriend about that and see what he says.
Yeah, but he would say otherwise probably. I think like I'm stubborn, the way I view my stubbornness is that I really want to do something nice for someone and I won't let them say no.
Your nails are so nice.
They're really long and gross, I think, though.
Why can't you just say thank you?
No, I agree, but I thought you were gonna look at them and be like, wow, she needs to cut her fucking nails.
No.
Oh, thank you. That is so nice.
Hey, have you given any more thought to what you want?
Hey, can I get an iced vanilla latte?
A nice vanilla latte? Sure, what size?
What size? Grande, please.
No problem, we can definitely do that today.
Thank you.
Anything else for you?
Yeah, and then an iced blonde vanilla latte. Thank you. You want it hot or cold?
Iced.
Oh, sorry, they were both iced. Is that one ours?
This one is yours. You said iced for one of them.
Oh, which one did I say iced for?
The blonde oat-based vanilla.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. Is it okay if we get the other one iced?
No problem.
I'm sorry about that.
Sorry.
Thank you.
We could roll the tape.
Roll the tape.
No, like we could roll the tape. I'm not kidding. We could roll the tape. And she read it back. She said iced. Just saying.
We did say iced.
Yeah,
I
and
remember.
she's like,
I said iced blonde, iced vanilla latte.
and she's like, iced vanilla latte?
No, I definitely said iced.
You said?
I said it both times.
Swear on my life. You did.
Yeah. I wish I could just be like.
Also, what did you predict about my signs again? I just checked. So what did you predict?
Okay, so I said Aquarius, rising, and Virgo moon.
It is the opposite.
Thank you.
She definitely like did
She's
not
bothered.
Like that. No, she was like,
I
you
want
know
to
what?
roll the tape and show that girl.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
we
why
should-
is he
we
just
should,
like such a cornball? Sorry, that's not nice.
We should be like, hey, we were vlogging by the way, and we just wanted to show that you were
like, I
wrong.
just want to make sure that you know that we're right and you're wrong.
As long as you're aware, then that's fine.
I said iced.
You said ice. I
said
heard
iced.
it. And
Because I know I didn't say, can I get a vanilla latte? That would not flow off the tongue for
No.
me. I said iced vanilla latte. But whatever.
Why do you want to lay in bed all day? Damn, let's get outside. Now that is an attack, honestly. That was personal.
That was personal.
I don't know who knew I was the one being interviewed, but this is me to a T. There's parts of me that want to go outside more because we were once one with nature as a species, and I think that we technically should be more in nature. Kind of like that whole thing where you walk barefoot on the grass.
To ground yourself?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to be more like that as an earth sign. That's kind of the path I want to be on. But I do stay inside all the time. I wouldn't stay in bed though. I'm not that person that lies in bed.
What do you do inside?
I sit at a desk instead.
And do you work or are you lazy?
Well, I definitely work only because I have the full-time job, so I can't not be working.
Mm-hmm.
But if I wasn't working, I would say that I would also still be inside.
Would you be in bed?
No, never. Never, never, never.
Why?
I don't know, I'm not that person. Like, I've never been like a lie in bed all day. Only in my bed when I'm sleeping.
Do you feel like you're an introvert or an extrovert?
I think I'm an introvert, honestly. What do you think?
Here's the thing, like you're not shy,
No.
but you like to keep to yourself, but you also have a lot of friends.
Mm-hmm.
But do you see them often?
No, and I would say that obviously the whole growing up thing, you have less friends than you once did because you grow apart and you run in different circles. Do you think you have narcissistic tendencies? I definitely do, but sometimes I'm not sure if like I'm using the word correctly, because I definitely love myself and I love talking about myself. I love when people ask me questions about myself. I don't know, but then there's like parts where like I feel like I'll put others before myself. Is that narcissistic? I don't know, right? So I feel like that's more of like an observer question, wouldn't it be? Like, do you think I have narcissistic tendencies? Do other people think I have narcissistic tendencies? I'm not trying to plug anything, but I have been reading this amazing book that's really been helping me in my spiritual journey.
Is it called Mindfulness Through the Stars by Ashley Flores?
How did you know?
Oh, wow.
Mindfulness Through the Stars by Ashley Flores. Buy it at your local Indigo today.
Or Barnes & Nobles.
Or Amazon.
Or Target.
Amazing.
Amazing.
I love it.
This video was sponsored by Ashley Flores.
Okay, from Taurus to Taurus. Money or love?
Ooh.
I mean, is this not obvious? But I guess to some people.
Money?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Money, obviously.
Oh, okay. I was like...
No, it's definitely love
Mhm.
that I really would choose over money any day.
Would you date someone that was like completely broke?
No way. Like, no way. If it was obviously a brief period, yes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, someone loses their job and they're just like, they don't have a job. I wouldn't like leave them or necessarily like help work them through it. But if you're going like year plus without a job, like when you're older, obviously. I feel like when you're in school, it's a different story.
Yeah.
Like that is like, that doesn't apply. But like if it's like post school and even if like you're never looking, then I'm like, what are you doing? I don't know. Is that the capitalist in me?
No, not at all. It's just you being a realist. Like, you got bills to pay. If you want a kid one day, you know, you're gonna have to.
Yeah. Like, I'm definitely not. I'm not breadwinner. I'm not sole breadwinner. No, no freaking way. That's
Good.
not me. Will never be me.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Oh God. Biggest fear.
Do we have time to put them all? in
Do
one?
we have time to list the whole thing? And are we talking irrational or rational?
Let's do both.
Irrational, E.T. Rational.
I didn't think it was gonna go that irrational.
That's irrational.
Okay.
Rational? I think I might have a list.
Okay, give us like 2 or 3.
Okay, let me just see like if I have a.
Oh, you mean you have an actual list in your phone?
I might.
Oh yeah, you're like a notes app kind of girl.
I'm a little notesy. I'm
yeah,
definitely
you're a
a
little
notesy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't have them. But I think it's many people's biggest fear, which is, I don't even like saying it, dying alone.
Oh.
But I mean that in the sense of like not like relationship wise. I mean any wise. And also loved ones passing. I think that's my biggest fear, because I really don't think, I don't know how I'd be strong enough to like deal with that personally, as like a very emotional, sentimental person.
Yeah, you're very, I thought I was sentimental, but Sophia is sentimental.
It's a curse sometimes, honestly. Like, it is nice to a certain degree, but I don't know how I would, yeah. And when I know like that has happened to other people, I can't even like fathom that ever happening. Like, I don't know how I would be able to go through that, to be honest.
Do you still cry like every day?
No, and
Hey.
no, and there was a point where I definitely
She used to
didn't.
cry every single shift
Shift
we
on
had
Sunday.
together. On Sunday, this girl would cry every time, and then
did.
people would be like, what'd you do to Sophia this time, Ashley? And I'm like, I don't know, she's crying.
I
don't know.
was so sad. I was just like the saddest. Why
You
was
were
I
really-
so sad?
I don't know, but you were always crying.
I'm not trying to be that bitch, but like honestly, like I was really sad.
You were sensitive back then,
I was.
and I was insensitive.
You were a bitch.
I was a little bit of a bitch.
You were in the nicest way possible.
Like, after like 6 shifts of you crying, I was like, okay, this isn't, I don't know how to feel sorry for you anymore.
I really hate being that bitch.
I was like, do you want a tissue? Like, what do you want? Like,
One time, wait, did I ever tell you about that time that like, remember that guy like yelled at you at copy? I mean, that happened a lot.
Yes.
But I mean, there was this one time where he yelled at you at copy, and then he came back to like cash out or whatever, and he was like, oh, that girl at copy was being a total bitch. So literally I turned to him and I'm like, you know, she isn't a bitch. And he like just kind of stopped, and then he walked away.
You're a real one.
And I ran to the aisle and I started crying. Because I was like, I can't believe I just like said that. Like, I was like, that's so not me. I'm not like that person to say that. Why don't you listen to your friend's advice? You ask for it and do the exact opposite.
Very true.
I literally have the answer, guys. Listen, I'm speaking for all Tauruses out there. We know what we want when we ask you, but we don't know wholeheartedly. So when we ask you for advice and you tell us what we think, our heart says, yeah, I knew deep down I wanted the opposite thing, or yeah, deep down I do want what they suggested.
So you just want validation.
Exactly. That's 100% what it is.
And then when you don't get the validation, doesn't it, like, what's the thought process behind that? What's the point in asking if you know your people are not going to tell you what you want to hear?
I don't want actual advice unless I really want it and I'm actually asking for it, if that makes sense. Like I said, like I love to like talk about my situation and get it out.
Yeah.
But I don't want someone to come with like a solution, which I know sounds really weird.
But you would seek out solutions, that's the thing.
But I didn't actually want them.
Oh, maybe you just wanted to make me feel included in like what you were saying.
I wanted to know that someone cared.
Oh.
So when I like want you to listen, or other people to listen, I just want them to listen and be there to like, it like in a way, and this sounds awful, like pity, like, but a better word for that.
No, I feel like you love pity.
I do. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I definitely see that.
No, like when I tell you I love pity.
I always knew you loved pity.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Like, thank you for recognizing that.
Yeah.
And that's what I like always tried to like explain to like my BF, is I'm like, he's very like tough love, but only because that's like kind of like how he grew up.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I'm like, sir, just pity me.
Feel sorry for me.
Yes, like I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because I grew up in like a house where people like they empathize with you and they feel sorry with you, for you. So then you're like, yes, this is how I feel. Thank you.
I'm surprised he's tough love. He's a Cancer, right?
Yeah.
How is it being a Cancer, being a Taurus dating a Cancer?
I will say that the critics are right. We're very compatible.
Yeah.
We are very the same, and I don't know if that's just like personality wise, maybe it's less Cancer Taurus, but we're very compatible people. We think on like the same wavelength a lot of the times. I think he is like an emotional Cancer.
And before him, you didn't have much dating experience.
0 basically. Like I probably went on like 2 dates.
One of them I forced you to go on.
You did, but honestly, I had a great time. I remember I came back and I was emotional because I was
did you
like,
cry?
I did.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, a guy is interested in me. Wow.
Yeah.
Like that was like, I wasn't that kid.
Oh, he was really interested in you.
He really was, and then he told me he wanted to like study math, and I said, oh, I don't do that, unfortunately.
Study math.
Yeah.
As a Taurus, are you like a super affectionate, giving person, would you say?
Heck yeah.
Yeah?
And not just to like my like romantic relationships.
You're super giving. Sophia is like the definition of like that gift giving Taurus. This girl always had a gift for my birthday, Christmas, and like I wouldn't even
So
like
nice.
Oh my god, like my birthday message would be like 6 hours into the day, 7 hours into the day. She would do it like right on time and have a gift or Starbucks waiting for me. She's so sweet. She always had little gifts for like, oh my god, like you're just so giving.
I think it is the Taurus in me. It's also, like I said, how I was raised. It's like, just like my mom was always like that, or is always like that. She's just like giving. So to me, I'm like, yeah, you give gift for every event, and you always remember birthday and give card.
And, sorry to cut you off, it's always thoughtful shit.
Yeah, like I just love caring for other people. I know it sounds so stupid or cheesy.
It doesn't sound stupid at all.
But I'm definitely like that person. And even like, I'm very like, elephant brain will remember everything. Like,
yeah.
So if you kind of say something like even if you just slip something, I'll literally be like, okay, that's what they said, go on my notes app, write it, and then know for your birthday to get you that because you mentioned it once in like a conversation.
Do you resent people when you don't receive in return?
I think I used to, but not anymore. But I think when I used to, it wasn't necessarily like I don't even know if it was like, you know how there's like kind of the two kinds where you're either one, you're expecting something in return, or two, you're just expecting a thank you, like not even something in return but recognition, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that's how I used to be, but now I'm kind of just like I'm trying to get over that.
Yeah.
Because I know that's not the intent of why you're giving. And I think that even if there's certain situations where I am like that, there's definitely some now, like I would say like with romantic relationship or close relationships, where I'm like, no, I'll give to this person until the end of time. I'll never expect something back because I just want to keep giving to them.
With the Taurus, I find that a lot of you guys tend to like set people up to disappoint you and then get mad when they disappoint you. Do you know what I'm talking about?
100%, because I've participated in it before.
Yeah, like I'm gonna give them an example in case I'm being a little confusing. So for example, let's say I know Sophia's always fucking late. right? And she always sleeps through her alarm. I know she has a problem with that. She's always sleeping through her alarm. I know that if I call her, she'll wake up. But instead of just calling her to wake her up and, you know, make sure she gets there on time just to help with the situation, I'm gonna wait and see if she decides to sleep through her alarm and be late, and then I'm gonna get mad at her for being late, even though I know who she is. I know this is her as a person. She's not changing. I could have called her.
You're the Taurus in this situation.
I'm the Taurus in the situation where I'm setting you up to disappoint me, and then I get mad at you for disappointing me.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you guys do that?
I think it's because the people that are disappointing you say that they're gonna work on it and they never do, and then you kind of like, and look what happens when you don't work on something.
But it's your choice to keep them around.
No, definitely. But I feel like when it's your boyfriend, it's a different story. But
what?
Nothing. I think when you view other people like they're all gonna act like you, so you're kind of like, just do it, it's so easy. But for some people, some things aren't easy. So if you think that planning something is like really easy, it takes 2 seconds, maybe for someone else that's a whole ass mission for them, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to like look at things at like other people's perspective. So that's like the part of me that's kind of like tries to be more understanding. But then I feel like when it just doesn't stop, sometimes it can get a little frustrating, for sure.
And I feel like that's a Taurus thing, like kind of like viewing everybody through your own perception and like having expectations of them, that just because you would do it this way, you kind of expect them to. I feel like that's a big Taurus thing.
And honestly, that's a hurdle that I've been trying to get over ever since reading a certain book.
Mindfulness Through the Stars by Ashley Flores.
Because that book, you know, it showed me what are my little toxic traits, and I would say that I definitely resonate with that. I've noticed, and I don't know if I remember telling you this, that growing older, I've really resonated a little bit more with my Aries side. I'm a cusp baby through and through.
You did tell me that, right? When's your birthday? The 20th of April.
20. Yeah, like getting older, I find myself, and my brother's an Aries. That man is insane. And
they're crazy.
They're crazy, and I find myself acting like him a bit.
Do you think you are selfish?
Yes.
With what?
What am I selfish with?
Your time.
Yeah, it's definitely. I was literally about to say that.
Really?
I am definitely selfish with my time. I'm definitely selfish with my time more than I used to be, and I think that's accredited to how, like, when you get older, like, life just keeps moving.
Yeah.
And you have so much to fit in.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like me and like Will and like my mom boyfriend are talking, like, and my mom are like talking, and then in my head I'm like, okay, chop,
wrap it up.
like we got things to do. Always thinking like about the next thing, because it's just like how I've grown up. Like, I'm a planner. I'm like, I have that through and through. So like when I feel like my time being wasted, that's when I feel a little selfish. Which
is fair. Sometimes you have to be a little selfish with things like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I feel like I was never really a selfish person.
No, you didn't used to be like the opposite from when I met you.
Exactly. And then now I feel like I've learned to be.
So I also want to know about you and confrontation and like letting people walk all over you and getting away with certain things. How do you deal with that now, and how did you deal with that in the past?
Yeah, I would definitely say that I used to be not confrontational at all. Like, I didn't want to tell people they had lipstick on their teeth. I didn't want to, like, obviously, like, talk back to customers or stuff like that, which is why I think that one instance, like, made me, like, a little panicky.
Yeah, I always felt the need to protect you too, because you never wanted to speak up.
No,
you couldn't even, like, if your drink was wrong, you couldn't even say your drink was wrong.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't, especially the whole, like the ice versus, that's such like a thing at Starbucks. Like, they make your drink wrong or whatever, and you're just kind of like, whatever.
Okay, before you even answer the question, if I hadn't said anything, would you have taken the hot drink, or would you have accepted?
No, I actually wouldn't, and I swear on my life I wouldn't. Because I was like, nah, I'm not having a fucking hot drink right now.
Good, okay.
So that's why, like, when you, and even, like, I don't know if you noticed, but when you turned to me and was like, oh, did you get ice? And I was like, yeah. I think in the past I've been like, yeah, but it's fine. Yes, I definitely used to be not confrontational at all. And I don't know what it is now. I think, honestly, when I worked at Home Depot, spoiler, I worked at Home Depot, I just couldn't take people's shit anymore. I really just couldn't. And actually that place changed me, and I think that's one of the places that made me a little bit more of a angry or aggressive person when it comes to like dumb customers. Like I couldn't even take it anymore. And sometimes I couldn't even smile at my coworkers fakely.
Wow.
You know when like you kind of are just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I can't even smile at any of these people except like 2 people. Because I don't mean it. Because I don't know if this is always, would you agree this has always been a thing? That I literally wear my feelings on my sleeve.
Oh my god, absolutely.
Yeah, and now the worst part is now I wear my annoyance on my sleeve. So if I'm like annoyed, I show it.
Are you able to put people in check now?
I would definitely say that like if someone's gonna piss me off, I'm not gonna just like go silently. Especially if they're my friend, because I'd be like, girl, what the fuck?
Good.
Instead of it being like, oh, it's fine.
It's okay.
It's okay, let's just leave it.
Oh, you slept with my boyfriend, it's fine.
No, that's fine. Like, I'm actually happy for you.
Yeah.
I think that was an amazing choice. He's a great man. What's more important to you deep down? Material stability / success or emotional stability?
I like that question
That's
a lot.
that's like really in depth.
Yeah.
God, honestly, I would say emotional stability is more important, obviously. But no, I know that's the right answer. Mostly because I've never been a very success-driven person, which doesn't mean I want to be a loser, obviously.
Of course.
It's just like not my #1 priority, really, ever. Like, I know like the whole like get a job that makes you happy or whatever, but no, it's a hard question. Yeah, this is my intermission of brush hair. I literally am sitting here. How is it tangled? Like, I'm sitting here.
You've always had a mini brush on you. You used to bring it to the front at Staples, didn't you? And like brush your hair in between the little
I even
mirror.
got a comb for the bangs.
What's more important to you deep down? Material stability or success or emotional stability? Okay, so I guess let's say you're in a situation like,
Yeah, like these situations.
you live on your own.
Yeah.
And you know, you can either work more hours and have a fun life and do whatever you want, but internally you're not the happiest, but you have nice things, you go to nice places, you see your friends, you know? Or you can work part-time and enjoy the time that you have for yourself, but maybe you're not as financially comfortable.
Wow. I think technically the one with the material, like the more materialistic one, but I'd say that just because if it meant that I could go out with my friends more, then I would pick that one. And go have like experiences, even if it meant I was working more.
But then the experience you have are more worth your time because you're enjoying the time, you can spend the money, you can see your friends and do the things they're doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, so yeah, even though it's different than the answer I said originally, because I think I misunderstood the question, but yeah, I would say definitely that. And like I was even saying the other day, like I've never not worked since I was like 15. I've never like not had a job. Sometimes I've had like 3 at the same time.
I remember.
But I've literally just never not had a job, so I don't even like know what that would be like.
Yeah.
Or what that is like. And I know it's great. And when I see other people not have a job or have like that, you know, like that space between like when you graduate and getting a job, you're kind of like that time off. I'm like, oh, what would I give for that time off? Like the things I would do like with all that time off. But like, would I actually do stuff? Am I just saying that? Like,
why do you think you're always right?
Why do I think I'm always right? The short answer is because I am.
Oh my god.
I'm just trying to keep the peeps entertained. The short answer is I am. But do you ever like think you're so right? Not as a Taurus. Like, do you ever think you're so right and you're like, there's actually no way I'm wrong right now? Has that ever crossed your mind ever?
No.
No.
I always think that there's another version.
There definitely is, but sometimes I'm like, there's no way I'm not.
I think, yeah, arguments with my ex, sometimes I would be really aware of the fact that, like, I was right.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to just drop it a lot of the times.
Yeah, I think I'm like, this is what I'm like. It's like, I want to talk about it as soon as it happens. And then talk about it. And then I'm like, basically over it very soon. That in my head, I'm like, I should have just never brought it up. You know what I mean? Like, I should have thought a little bit longer before even bringing it up, because it's already so meaningless.
Do you feel like you give things too much energy just to like prove a point that really don't need that energy? Like that you always feel like you need to have that final say and be right sometimes?
I feel like it depends on the situation, because it's like, what degree are we talking about?
Let's talk like small, like little small things. Do you find that it's hard to let go of certain things because you're so focused on trying to prove a point that you lose sight of like what actually matters?
I'd say in the past, yes. I'm trying, with the help of a certain book, to really...
What book?
What book? It's called Mindfulness Through the Stars.
By Ashley Flores.
By Ashley Flores. Like, honestly, I'm being like 100% honest when I say that I read that book, and I went
honored.
And I went through it, and I was like, and you know like how it's like you're like 3 little traits, but then there's like the ultimate toxic trait.
Yeah.
Like in those like little traits or whatever, it's kind of like, I'm just like, you know what? I'm trying to like let the small things go.
Yeah.
And I feel like that ties in a lot with like life's so short. So it's like that helps me because every day I'm thinking about how short life is.
You have to like pick your battles, like what's worth your
Yes,
time.
exactly. I've definitely been more like that more recently. But in the past, I would just be like, yeah, like fighting over the stupidest things. And I'm like, is this worth it? Like, I think I need to like, or what I've been doing is, and what I should be doing is learning to just like stop, assess, is it worth it? No, move on.
Why do y'all act nonchalant and don't put effort in relationships? Do you agree with that?
Unfortunately, I don't. Maybe they're referring to a Taurus man?
Because men are... Because men are the true disappointments.
No, I would not say I do not put effort into my relationships. Like, I don't think I could say that. Maybe, and I'm gonna call myself out here on this one, maybe what I don't do is put effort into them. So what that means is even though I'm giving and I want to hear about them, do I give them like what they deserve out of the relationship? Like, am I listening to what they have to say, what their needs are? I'm not sure. Sometimes
Okay,
I feel like
honest.
I feel like that's like the selfish part of me. Like, those are the times where I'm selfish.
Okay.
Where I'm kind of like me, and then it's like talks about them, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't hear about this. But sometimes I find myself doing that, and I'm like, why am I being so mean? Like, this person would give everything to hear what I have to say.
How's your temper?
That's why I go back to the Aries thing. It's definitely gotten worse. Like, I personally think it's gotten a little worse.
Really?
I've gotten more impatient.
I've never known you to have a temper or like...
Yeah,
wow.
like, I'm definitely not like an angry person, but I feel like you've noticed since like coming in the car, it's like that realist part of me.
Yeah.
Where I'm kind of just like, like about a lot of things. But I feel like before I was very like optimist, positive, go lucky. Which I don't know. I think like at least I don't consider myself a pessimist. I think I'm just a realist. How's my temper? The other thing I'll say about that, to go back to what I said, is that like I've become very impatient, and that goes back to the whole thing of like being selfish with my time. Yeah. Because I'm like, guys, we don't have time for this.
All right, guys. So that wraps up the Taurus drive with me. I had a really good time with Sophia. What are your thoughts on this experience? How was it?
I really enjoyed this experience. Yeah. Like I said, I love to be asked questions, so I had a great time. I haven't seen you in a long time. So it's great catching up. It's great being in the video. Especially because the last time it's been so long.
Yeah, and I was sad that time.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Any advice for Taurus out there watching?
Honestly, check yourself. That's what Tauruses need. Yeah. They need a reality check.
They need a reality
check.
They
do. And honestly, once you do that and you become self-aware with the help of a little something, then you'll be able to really understand what you're not giving to other people and why you're being selfish. Because like I said, I don't think I could have said this a long time
This drive
ago.
with me would have been very different 2 years ago.
No, it literally would have.
It would have been, I would have been like, okay, Sophia, I lost the footage. Gonna have to refilm with someone.
It would have been boring, wouldn't it have? To a certain extent.
It would have been dishonest.
It would have been, yeah. I feel like, if I didn't, and like I said, I don't know if that's like the COVID that did that.
I think you just did a lot of self-reflection. You've grown up.
I feel all grown up. And all grown up. Yeah, Tauruses, just
check yourself.
Literally check yourself. Get over yourself.
Get over
But never stop loving yourself. Because that's me, to a T.
True.
Yeah.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and if you want to be a part of one of the Drive With Me videos, make sure to follow me on Instagram, The Amateur Guru, and keep an eye on my stories, because that's where I post the question prompts and things like that. If you want to find Sophia, if she wants to be found, I'll put it in the description box below. You guys can check her out. And I guess that's it.
That's it.
All right, bye guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.